London. If you could possibly provide me with your passport and boarding pass, that would allow me to better serve you. Sorry if that caused you any inconvenience. Thank you so much. Always tricky. Yes, that seems in order. Just flip to the photo page of your passport. Aha. Yes, that all seems in order. Welcome on board. Now, I see that you're travelling in first class, so allow me to introduce myself. My name is Xavier. I am the chief steward of this flight, and I'll be looking after you for the duration of our journey. First of all, may I possibly take your bag? That looks very heavy. Thank you. It's not always easy to trust people with your belongings, I understand. I'll treat it with the utmost care. Could I also possibly interest you in a glass of water, champagne, tea, orange juice, any beverage we offer? It is all free on board the flight. Oh yes, of course, it would be frightfully rude of us to discuss money on an aeroplane. Quite right. Okay, water. I will pour it myself. This is only the freshest mineral water from the finest glaciers of Scotland. I'm glad you enjoy it. Also, would you allow me leave to give you a complimentary spritz of Hugo Boss to rid you of any unpleasant smells which you may have encountered at the airport, or perhaps before you even arrived there? We can't be too trusting of foreign destinations, you know. Of course. Yes, it's lovely, isn't it? So sweet. Excellent. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Now, would you like me to direct you to your seat? Of course, you'll be in seat 1A, which is right here. Yes. As one of our preferred guests, you've been offered the finest seat on the aircraft. Yes. So the duration of our flight is going to be about 10 hours, as that gives you ample time to sample all of the food and drink that are available on board. So, English Airlines provides a full food service to all passengers, involving a 3-course dinner, followed by pork and cheese. Then in the morning, you will have a full English breakfast, followed by a mid-morning coffee before our arrival. Of course, you can order any food on the aircraft at any time from any menu. Yes, it would be possible to have an evening snack, anything. Forgive me, when I say anything, I must stress that I mean anything. Yes. I'm glad you approve. We do indeed offer the finest service in the world on English Airlines. I believe that's why you booked us. Absolutely. In order to make your travel more comfortable, we provide you with an amenity kit. Would you like me to demonstrate that to you now? Absolutely. I'll go and fetch it from the locker. We have to keep them away, you know, because we can't have passengers from other classes attempting to access what is offered only to our preferred passengers, the first class passengers. Yes, not to seem a little elitist, but we all know who we like the most. At least I do. Oh, please. Please, it'd be rude to compliment you not even knowing you. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not in the slightest a sycophant. I'll fetch the amenity kit. Here we have the English Airlines First Class Amenity Kit. Yes, this contains everything you need in order to have a restful journey, a clean journey, a good smelling journey. Alongside the full range of drinks available, it's just what we need to reinvigorate yourself. It opens like so, out into double pouch, because it contains so much. We'll go into this closed compartment first. Here we have earbuds to allow you sleep. If any rowdy passengers on board, I assure you that that will not happen, sir, in first class. Very well. We also have an eye mask, in case you wish to sleep during daylight hours. Of course, busy business travellers such as yourself will often use the eye mask in order to get a little bit of well-needed shut-eye. Yes, please forgive my colloquialism. Yes. Yes, of course. We also offer you yet another eye patch, just in case you prefer one like this. It's slightly thicker, that one. We are also able to cool or heat up your eye patch depending on your personal preferences. How you enjoy the temperature of the cabin, which is normally set to an ambient temperature, but if we're returning from a hot destination, we may cool it a little just to bring you back to the good old English temperatures. Yes. We also offer you a pair of silk, not cotton or linen or wool, silk flat socks. We're the only airline in the world to offer you real silk, British, and flight socks, which prevent vascular embolisms, hernia, any kind of blood clots developing in your legs over a long distance flight if you're not moving. But we would recommend that you go a little stroll around the cabin just to acquaint yourself with everybody. Of course, don't be rude and just force yourself on someone, but I would suggest that going to the bar and having a little chat with a number of people of your caliber would be beneficial for you in many ways. Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed. We will actually give these a little spritz of Boss as well, just to make sure that they're in top condition. That was satisfying, wasn't it? Well, let's move on to the other compartment, which is not as mysterious as I've cracked it up to be. In fact, it contains simple things which are going to make your flight much more pleasant. We have here toothpaste, individually wrapped to ensure that it is fresh, and a collection of 3 soothing balms provided by one of our airline's most famous partners, the Relax brand. Oh dear, it seems to be shut. Hang on. Ah, how satisfying. If I could possibly get it open, that would be an advantage. So here we have a hand cream scented with ginseng and ginkgo, a lip balm scented with peppermint, if you'll excuse my pronunciation, that was very poor of me. And finally, a face cream scented with sencha. These are lots of Asian tastes, Asian smells, Asian influences, which shows the international nature of the flights that English Airlines offers. We are not solely restricted to flying within England, of course, as we can demonstrate here. Now, it looks as if it's almost going to be time for us to take off. So if I could ask you to take a seat over there, would you like perhaps a cup of tea to keep yourself occupied at that time? Of course, so you won't be drinking on the flight. Fair enough. We have only the finest English breakfast tea, because of course we are the pride of England as an airline. Thank you. I'll fetch that now. Here we go, in traditional English Airlines colours. Right, now it is time to move on to a collection of safety announcements which are going to make this flight all the more smoother. Forgive me, I will now be removing my attention from you and focusing on the rest of the passengers, because as head steward, it is my responsibility to explain to everybody the the rules on board. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this English Airlines flight to London. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you, or in an overhead bin. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt, and please make sure that your seat back and folding trays are in their full upright position. If you are seated next to an emergency exit, please read carefully the special instructions card that is located under your seat. If you do not wish to perform the functions described in the event of an emergency, please do ask a flight attendant near you. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited on the entire aircraft, including the lavatories, which are fitted with smoke detectors. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying these lavatory smoking detectors is prohibited by law. If you have any questions about our flight today, please do not hesitate to ask one of our friendly flight attendants. We thank you very much for choosing English Airlines and wish you a pleasant flight. I would now like to draw your attention to into the in-flight monitors, which are in front of you or maybe in your seat side if you are in business class. I would now like you all to watch attentively our safety demonstration, with the next couple of minutes having your full attention on this demonstration. I myself will be showing you a number of things which the safety procedures involve. When the seatbelt sign illuminates, forgive my English, when the seatbelt sign illuminates, you must fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fittings into each other, and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight, as you may experience turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft, 2 at the front, 2 at the rear, and 2 either side. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, this exit may be behind you. If you need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. Doors can be opened by moving the handle in the direction of the arrow. Each door is equipped with an inflatable slide, which may also be detached and used as a life raft. Oxygen and air pressure are always monitored. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will automatically appear in front of you. To start the flow of the oxygen, pull the mask toward you, place it firmly over your mouth, and pull on the toggle to start the flow. Please make sure that you breathe normally with the mask on, otherwise you risk death or serious health conditions stemming from oxygen deprivation to the brain. Although the bag will not inflate, oxygen is most certainly flowing through the mask. If you are travelling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your own mask first and then assist the other person. Keep your mask on until a uniformed crew member advises you to remove it. In the event of an emergency, please assume the bracing position. Lean forward with your hands on top of your head and your elbows against your thighs. Ensure that your feet are flat on the floor. A life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head, pass the straps around your waist, and adjust at the front. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when leaving the aircraft. If you need to refill the vest, blow into the mouthpiece, which is located on the left side of the vest. Use the whistle or the light to attract attention. Also, we remind you that your seat bottom cushion may also be used as a flotation device. If you pull the cushion from underneath the seat, slip your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest, you will also be able to float in the sea. At this time, we would like to ask you, kindly, of course, in English Airlines fashion, to turn off your electronic devices, which are large, i.e. laptops, computers, large readers, large iPads. And we would like to ask you to turn other electronic devices such as phones, iPods, etc. to airplane safe mode to ensure that they are not interfering with the in-flight instruments. We'll make an announcement upon arrival when you are permitted to use them again. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight, yet again. Oh, forgive me, I'm terribly sorry for interrupting the demonstration. And we remind you again that any tampering, disabling, or destruction of these smoke detectors is prohibited by law. You will find this and all other safety information in the card located in the seat pocket in front of you. We strongly suggest you read it before takeoff. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask one of our crew members. I wish you a very pleasant flight, as do all of the other members of the cabin crew, for whom I am head steward. My name is Xavier. If you have any problems or queries, please come directly to me and I will set them straight. We wish you yet again a pleasant flight. Thank you. So, I hope that was satisfactory. I'm very glad that you were able to watch me do my thing. I think that I read a safety announcement rather well. Yes. So you're satisfied with the flight, you're satisfied with your seat, everything's good. Absolutely. Well, come to me if there are any problems. You have even the slightest query, call me immediately and I give priority to first class passengers. Of course. Well, it has been a pleasure to get acquainted with you, sir. I'll be back around with refreshments later. Thank you very much. Enjoy your flight.